Hello! With the holidays just around the corner, people shopping and decorating and Christmas trees and ornaments, I wanted to take a few moments to talk about the Christmas tree. Now, the history of the Christmas tree dates all the way back into the 16th century in Germany, and what they would do is they would pick a tree and bring it indoors and decorate it. Now, the angel or the star that is placed on the top of the tree represents the host of angels, or the Star of Bethlehem, and that tradition still goes on today. Now, Martin Luther, who was a 16th century Protestant reformer, was credited for first bringing lights to the Christmas tree. Now, of course, he used candles and not lights, but thankfully we have progressed where we have lights just for Christmas trees. Now, the Christmas tree didn't come to America until about the 20th century. The idea did not go over very well at first. Christmas trees and carols and decorations were actually seen as pagan symbols. And now I'm going to talk about the actual choosing of a Christmas tree. Traditionally, families go out and they would go to the forest and they would pick out a tree that they like. This has progressed to where we have actual tree farms, tree nurseries, and now we also have the artificial tree. Now, there are pros and cons to buying artificial versus real Christmas trees. And first I'm going to talk about the real Christmas tree. There are 33 million Christmas trees cut down each year. There's also 350 million Christmas trees growing in U.S. tree farms today. For every tree harvested, there is 1 to 3 seeds that are planted. And a fun fact that I found out was that the land that is used to grow Christmas trees is usually unusable for any other crop. And that's another thing that's very important to think about, is that the Christmas tree is actually a crop. A lot of people think that they're killing trees and we're taking away from the environment, when in actuality it's something that we grow and something that we will use. Now, 93% of the trees that are cut down for Christmas are recycled, and there's actually a new term for that, and it's called tree cycle. And most of them are mulched and used in parks and places the next spring. And those who are not recycled, thankfully trees are 100% recyclable and biodegradable. And if you don't recycle them, you can bring them out in the woods, and they're a great shelter for other forest animals. Oops. It also provides 100,000 jobs for tree nurseries, so that's great for our economy. Also, a single tree absorbs 1 ton of CO2 during its lifetime. And the OFA, which is the Ontario Forestry Association, points out that 1 acre of land planted for Christmas trees provides oxygen for 18 people every day. Now on to the artificial Christmas tree. A lot of people think that artificial Christmas trees are more environmentally friendly than cutting down and killing a live tree, but this is a common misconception. One of the reasons is because artificial Christmas trees are made from PVC, and the factories that produce these artificial trees are experiencing adverse effects from the chemicals. There's also lead found in a lot of artificial Christmas trees, and if you look on some of the packaging for the artificial Christmas trees, it says may shed lead-laced dust. Artificial Christmas trees are 100% non-recyclable and non-biodegradable, so when people are done with them, although they use them year after year, when they are done they will be sitting in a landfill forever. Also, 85% of our artificial Christmas trees are produced in China. Now, if you must buy a fake one, try to look for one that's made in the US. Also, look for warnings of lead. on them and try to use LED lights instead of any other kind of Christmas lights on it. Now there's a recent phenomenon with Christmas trees, and this is the best of both worlds, and it's a live potted Christmas tree. It lasts about 10 to 14 days, and what it is, it's a tree, a live tree, that includes the roots and is often wrapped in burlap, and you can bring it in your home and you can decorate it, and when you are done, you plant it outside. If you don't have land, if you don't have a lot of land, you can donate it to a park, which they would greatly accept. And other important tips that I like to talk about with Christmas are the use of LED lights, which are much more beneficial than incandescent lights. They use 75 to 90% less power than Christmas lights. They're also much cheaper to use. Also, make sure if you do have a live tree, water your tree often so that you prevent fires, and be careful with your animals around both your artificial and your live tree.